Today in this tutorial, we are going to create a newspaper reader using Python program. Using this project, you can get daily live news updates. And you don't need to read your news by yourself because your program is going to do that. We are going to start the project to build a function that can speak our audio. We can convert any text into a audio. So without wasting your time, let's start the practical. So finally, we are in my Visual Studio Code editor. And at first, I'm going to create a Python file, main.py. And I'm going to create a speak function that can speak our audio. So I'm going to type def speak. Inside the parentheses, I'm going to pass only one argument. And our argument name is audio. And inside this function, for now, I'm going to type pass. So in this function, we are going to provide text as argument. And this function is going to convert this text into audio. But at first, we need to install a module, which is pyttsx3. So now, I'm going to open my Windows PowerShell. And then, I'm going to install pyttsx3 module. Pip install pyttsx3. And then I'm going to press enter. After press enter, as you can see, it prints requirement already satisfied because I already downloaded it. But you need to complete your download process. Using this module, we can get the audio feedback. And now we need to import this module in this Python file. So here I'm going to type import pyttsx3. And now we need to call init function from pyttsx3. But first, I'm going to assign a variable. And our variable name is engine. Engine equal to pyttsx3 dot init function. Then inside the parentheses, here I'm going to use our inbuilt voice module SAPI5. SAPI5. And we are going to use it for audio feedback. Basically, our Windows operating system provides two types of voice. Let me show you. So I'm going to create a variable named voices. Voices equal to engine dot get property voices. Inside the single quote, voices. If I print this variable in my terminal, let me show you. Print inside the round braces, voices, then run this code. Now you can see in my terminal, it prints total two different objects. And you can see the object location. And you can choose any of these voices from these two. And now I'm going to comment out this print statement and let's select a voice. So here I'm going to type engine dot set property. Using set property function, we can set any property. Then inside the parentheses, in our first parameter, we need to pass voice. And then in our second parameter, we need to select the voice. So here I'm going to type voices and I want to select the first voice. So inside the square braces, I'm going to select 0 dot ID. So we select the first voice object from our list. And if you want to see the voice name, also you can print the voice name. So I'm going to type print inside the round braces voices dot inside the square braces 0 dot ID. If I save this file and run this code, now you can see in my terminal, it prints the voice name and the voice name is David and it is English US male voice. Similarly, if you want to see the second voice name, here you need to change the ID. So I'm going to type 1. If I save this file and run this code, now you can see our second voice name is Zara and it is a female voice. And it's up to you which voice you want to choose. And for this newspaper, I would like to go with male voice. So I use 0 and comment out this print statement. And now I'm going to call main function. If underscore name equal to inside the double quotes underscore main. Then inside the main function, for now I'm going to type pass. Then I back to the speak function and from pyttsx3 I'm going to call say function. Here I need to type engine dot say Inside the round braces, we need to pass a argument, and the argument name is audio. Also, we need to call another function, and the function name is run and wait. Engine dot run and wait. And then I'm going to jump into the main function, and I'm going to call the speak function. Speak, inside the round braces, we need to pass the text. And inside the double quotes, here I'm going to type hello. Welcome to ABC News. And I'm going to save this file. After save this file, if I run this code in my terminal, now you can see
Hello, welcome to ABC News.
it successfully converted our text into audio. So that was the first step to create your own audio newspaper reader. And now we need to go to a website from where we want to extract the news. As you can see in my browser, we open a website named newsapi.org, and it provides the news from all over the world. At first, you need to log into this website. It's going to provide you a API key. And remember, use your own API key. Do not copy my API key. And below the Get API Key button, you can see some news. Here you can see top business headline in US right now, top headlines from TechCrunch. Here you can see a link. If we open this link, it's going to provide this JSON data. If you notice, you can see we have total 10 result, means 10 news. And inside the articles, we have the news. Here you can see some author name, news title, news description, news content, etc. And now I'm going to copy this link. And before I open this link in my browser, we need to install an extension for our browser. If you're using Chrome browser, then go to Chrome Web Store and download JSON View. Otherwise, any JSON prettifier software. There are a lot of extensions available in Chrome Web Store. Now the question is, what it's going to do? It can prettify my JSON data into a readable format. Let me show you. If I open this link in a new tab, now you can see it organizes our JSON data into a readable format. It is not mandatory to download this extension, but it would be very helpful if you work with JSON file. And now I'm going back to the News API website, and I'm going to copy this link. And then I'm back to the Visual Studio Code. And here I'm going to create a variable named URL. URL equal to, inside the double quotes, our HTTPS address. So this URL provides all the news that we got from the News API. And now we need to import request module to access this link. Import request. And now we need to fetch this URL using request.get function. For that, I'm going to take a variable news. News equal to request.get function. Inside the round braces, I'm going to provide the URL link. URL. And I want to return the result as text format. For that, we need to type dot text. Now, let's print this news variable in my terminal. Print, inside the round braces, news. If I save this file and run this code, as you can see in my terminal,
Hello, welcome to ABC News.
As you can see in my terminal, it provides all the news. Here you can see it provides all the articles with source, author, documents, etc. And now we need to parse this JSON file and iterate the data. So I'm going to close my terminal. And to parse the JSON file, we need to import JSON module. So here I'm going to type import JSON. And now I'm going to use load function from JSON. It's going to convert our text into a object, into a JSON object. So I'm going to type news equal to JSON dot loads function. Then inside the round braces, we need to pass news. I don't want to print whole news. I want to print the news status. Otherwise, also you can print total result. So I copy this key, total result, and back to my Visual Studio Code editor. And here I'm going to pass inside the square braces, news, inside the double quotes, total result. If I save this file and run this code, First, it's going to speak, hello, welcome to ABC News. Because here we call speak function. Then it's going to print total result, which is 10. So let's run this code.
Hello, welcome to ABC News.
First, it speak, hello, welcome to ABC News. Then it return the total result, which is 10. It's mean this API link going to provide total 10 news result. For now, I don't want this print statement, so I comment out this print statement. Now, let's back to the browser again. And if I show you this JSON file, if you notice, you can see, in this JSON file, we have status, total result, articles. And inside this article section, we have news source, author, title, description, URL, content. It's mean, first we need to select the article section. And then we need to deep dive into the article section using for loop. I want to say we need to iterate the article, and then one by one we are going to print the news. So we need to target the article section. So first I'm going to copy the key, articles. Then I'm back to my Visual Studio Code editor. And here I'm going to create a variable, and our variable name is arts. Arts equal to news. Inside the square braces, we are going to select the article section. And now we need to deep dive to the article section and we need to extract the newses. So here I'm going to use for loop. For article in arts. Then inside this for loop, for articles in arts variable, arts. Then inside the article, first I want to access the author name. So here I'm going to print inside the round braces, article, inside the square braces, author. If I run this code, it's going to print all the author's name one by one. Let me show you that. So I'm going to run this code.
Hello, welcome to ABC News.
As you can see in my terminal, after speak, welcome to ABC News, it print all the author name one by one. So I successfully extract the author name from the content. And now, we need to speak the author name. So here, I'm going to call speak function. So I duplicate this line and replace print with speak function. With that, also I want to speak the news title. For that, I'm going to select these functions and print function and duplicate it. And here I'm going to replace author with title. Title. And then I want to print the news description. I'm not going to print the content. It's going to speak the whole news. I want to print the shorter version of this news. So I'm going to select the description key. So I copy the description key and back to Visual Studio Code Editor and duplicate this section. And here I'm going to replace title with description. So from this news, first it's going to print the author name. Then it's going to print the news title. And then it's going to print the description. With that, also it's going to speak author, title and news description. So after speak one news, I want to speak another statement. And here I'm going to type, moving on to the next news. So after complete the one news, this function going to speak, moving on to the next news. So let's set the file and run this code and see is it work perfectly or not. So I'm going to hit the run button.
Hello, welcome to ABC News. Read aloud. A peek into China's stance on Web3. Web3 has come to be known as the internet built on decentralized blockchains that power applications like cryptocurrencies and NFTs. The catch-all term is sometimes used interchangeably with crypto, but in China, the government is pursuing its own path in Web. Moving on to the next news. Taylor hat maker. YouTube rolls back its rules against election misinformation. YouTube reverses its rules against some election misinformation, allowing some previously prohibited content around US elections. Moving on to the next news. Marianne Azevedo and Christine Hall. Inside Stripe's latest moves. Stripe bought a company and expanded into credit, while Brex.
So as you can see, one by one, it speak all the news. And after end of the news, it speak moving on to the next news. So it successfully create our own newspaper reader. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for our next project.